Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Dungeon of the Endless. Today we're starting on the easy difficulty, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not super optimistic. I'm going to count floor 4 as forward progress here. I really have not done well on this difficulty in the past. And we're going to be taking the escape pod again, because I want to keep things simple while I'm adjusting to the new difficulty. But before we start, let's talk about what all the other pods are, so that you can let us know in the comments below if you would like to see a different pod on a future run. Potentially as early as tomorrow, right? So, what else do we have here? The Infirmary Pod. Heroes have much more health, and the cost of healing is reduced, but you don't get the auto-heal on the all-clear. Most in-game items are replaced with drugs that provide buffs with side effects, and health regen bonuses are replaced by defensive bonuses. So any damage you take here is going to have to be paid off with food. Or, I guess, with that module that heals your heroes every time a monster is killed. Which I guess that module is way more interesting on this in this setting. This is interesting. I guess you're just gonna be way more reliant on minor modules because you really want to avoid your heroes taking damage whenever possible. But healing is already quite cheap, so it doesn't say how much the cost of healing is reduced by. But maybe it's so low that it's not that big a deal to have your heroes fight, even though you have to buy off all the damage. I don't know, that's interesting. I really don't have a lot of experience playing with anything other than the default pod. The Armory Pod lets you start with 4 powerful heroes at start. I don't know what powerful means here, but I'm going to assume that it means they start with some extra levels, rather than starting with different stats. You get some weapons to start with. You will not meet any new heroes in the dungeon. You only have the food module at the beginning, and you can never get offensive or industry modules. So the fact that you can never get industry modules means you're going to be generating science and food much more slowly, in addition to having to do all of your fighting with your heroes. So my suspicion is that the Armory Pod's quite a bit easier than the Escape Pod for the first couple of floors, and then becomes much, much more difficult. The Refreezerator Pod, which I apparently do not have unlocked. I need to win a game without losing any crystal HP. I'll try to get this done off camera on Too Easy, just so that we can have this available to play with. So you get 1 faster and stronger hero for your entire game, and you can't quick heal with food. You still get the auto heal on the all clear, and you can still get regen items. Your dead hero will be resurrected by consuming food. I'm guessing probably escalating cost, like the first time you die it's cheap, and the second time it's less so. And you don't start with a science module at the game start, but you do have a bunch of other stuff. Okay, honestly, this seems maybe even easier than the default setting? Maybe. The Drill Pod is Endless Mode. You're going down instead of up, so this is just a how far can you get kind of thing. Probably pretty interesting if you're good enough at the game to beat easy consistently. The Sanitary Pod is Hard Mode. Cannot pause, stronger monsters, worse events, fewer things, more expensive healing. We don't need to talk about this anymore. Maybe, if we manage to do easy, we'll come back and consider the Sanitary Pod. I would like to hear, though, if you have experience using this thing, is the sanitary Pod, when set to Too Easy, easier or harder than the higher difficulty? Like, would trying to play Sanitary Pod on Too Easy be a good intermediate step up toward the next difficulty? Or not? I would love to hear that. And the Organic Pod is a living space squid thing. Powered rooms can't be unpowered, and they damage modules and artifacts, but they produce food every turn, and they completely remove the defense of monsters within them. Monsters are faster and your modules can't be repaired. So modules in powered rooms will break down over time. I wonder how fast. That's interesting. So you have to spend a lot more industry to get more food and science, but you're getting some amount of food for free to help deal with the fact that your heroes are going to have to do almost all of your fighting. Yeah, this is interesting. Okay, like I said, though, we're doing Escape Pod on random. If you would like to see a different pod in future runs, leave it in the comments below. Also, I did read all of the tips. I went back and read all of the comments on the last 4 episodes, and I have retained, I don't know, 30% of that, maybe. So, I will continue to reread tips before recording. And I'm going to do my best. We've started here with Eseb Tarash. This guy's a haunt. I don't know why, but something about the aesthetic of the haunts really appeals to me. I think they're the coolest of the Endless Legend minor races. This guy is not monster, native, prisoner, or crew. This strange apparition seems to belong to the ruins in a way that nothing else does. Any understanding of its powers and its origin are less important, however, than the simple fact that it is intelligent, useful, and does not want to eat you. So haunts are like, my understanding of the haunts is that they're sort of like projections of virtual beings. So like they're essentially dust. They're like dust creatures. So, okay, he has Scamper, monsters don't slow him down. Reasonable DPS, he's a sword guy. And then here we have Gork. I've definitely played with Gork before. Gork has really good damage, very low speed. You can see just a little bit better than half of the other guy's speed. An enormous, powerful man with a violent temper and an angry face. Every sentient being that has ever met Gork has been terrified of him. When in a bad mood, he has been known to pull the arms off of animals, people, and construction equipment. In one way, this is in descending order of terribleness. In a different way, it is ascending. So he has the skill, do lots more damage. Go nuts. Polite people call it Berserker Rage. We call it Gork's a Psycho Killer. And he gets attack power plus 6% when other people with this skill are nearby. The pack of dogs and got your back traits are basically like markers for which people were guards and which people were prisoners on the boat. You know, before it went down, and we all became the same. And he's a machine gun guy. Alright. Like I said, floor 4. That's what optimism looks like at this time in our lives, in this place. Well, you'll notice that our passive resource income is lower. We're probably going to have to build more industry modules on this difficulty to be able to afford to build other modules. Look at how slow he is. Oh my god. Alright, nice to find. So we don't have any we don't have any science, and we don't really have any science income. So this thing's not super useful to us. And it's sitting on top of oh hey look, there's a little mouse that pops out of this hole to investigate this cheese. There are so many good little visual touches in the Endless Games. The artists at Amplitude are just phenomenal. The artists and the art direction. But anyway, what I was saying is, research. We don't need this thing right now, and it's sitting on top of a major module slot. So we might bulldoze it, but I'm not going to bulldoze it right this second. There's no benefit to us bulldozing this until we have the industry necessary to build something on the slot underneath it. And it's possible that we will find more module slots at a rate that is greater than our ability to build majors, so we might be able to continue building stuff without this slowing us down at all, and then actually use it once we have generated some science. Out of curiosity, what do we see in here? Industry Generator 2, I think way more important on this difficulty than it was on the previous one, and I think these are all okay modules. Suppressive Firebot's not my favorite, but I think this is what we're aiming for first. So let's have a look around. Okay, we did not find a major here. So if there's no module slot in the next room, I'll probably demolish this so that we can build. Okay, there is one though. Also, treasure. What have we? We found a 6-gun. That's probably a pistol? Yeah. In fact, this pistol holds 8 bullets, but the prisoner who built it from cigar tubes and door handles could not count higher than 6. That's good. That's a good item description. So I'm gonna build a science module here, right? Like we wanna get that industry generator upgrade as quickly as possible. It should probably go without saying, but just in case this wasn't super clear. Oh, nice. It's already powered. Gork will definitely not be operating. It's possible that Eseb could become an operator. He does have 8 wit. He might get the operator skill when he levels up enough. So we'll see. I open, I learn, I remember. Yeah, good for you, Eseb. Mil-spec bracers. Attack power and defense. Well, I think for now, Eseb's our door opener, and Gork is going to be the one who stands behind to guard the unpowered rooms. But I think I'm going to give this to Gork. If Eseb's ever in trouble, he's going to run back to Gork. Gork cannot run to Eseb, so. And this is a room we can't power. Alright. Our next major module is at 30, so if we haven't found another major module slot in 2 rooms, we'll have to consider what we want to do with this thing. I really do want to get the industry upgrade, though. Well, I guess we'd also have to find a bunch of dust, wouldn't we? I'm actually pretty interested in where Esseb's going to go as he levels up. You'll notice he was taking kind of a lot of damage there. Turns out monsters are tougher on higher difficulties. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this concept, but like I'm surprised by the degree of it. I guess Esseb Tarash maybe is not a great fighter in the first place. He does only have 19 defense. And not really that much health. You know what? He actually has the same base defense as Gork, who is definitely a fighter, so... Let's buy some level ups on him. I'm really curious what skills he's going to gain. Alright, we'll get his first active on the next level. No, yeah. No clever tricks to employ here. Just keep going. Just falling back to try to make sure that we reduce the possibility of spawns. Alright, so he can stand here. What we should probably do actually is... Well, I can't depower that room. I don't really want to depower this, but I could depower this, power this, have Gork stand over here, and then we can run another major, which we now have the industry to do. And next door, we'll be able to get our industry generator upgrade. So the question is, do we want to put down another industry generator here? Let's see. We've opened 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 doors. I don't remember exactly how many doors were on the first floor last time, but it was definitely in the teens. I think it was like 14-ish. So an industry generator, we probably will not get back the industry that we pay to build an industry generator. And we do need some food for level ups. Our heroes need to get stronger faster. Yeah, okay. It's possible that the floors will, in general, be larger. I didn't start the spawns early enough. Gork, run over here and help. Sorry, Gork, very slowly walk over here and help. Alright. So we found dust, and we found a room that's already powered. It was pretty handy. Alright, I don't think there's any way of knowing which of these ways is going to be more valuable to us. Well, there's the elevator. So somebody told me in one of the comments a thing that I did not realize. Finding the elevator actually increases the difficulty of the floor. Once you have discovered the elevator room, waves that spawn from that point will be larger and they'll have new monsters in them. When you open up the elevator room, it adds a couple of new monsters to the pool of spawnables for the floor. So that's really interesting, and that helps to contextualize for me why a couple of people were saying you should search around the elevator a little bit first, so that you don't find the new elevator right away. Okay, is there anything I was supposed to be doing? We're researching. No, okay, I can open this door. I have a tendency to open the next door without completing all of my business, and I have noticed that. I'm trying not to do that in the future. I think Esseb's got this. He's not attacking the enemies who focused on him, which is a little bit of a shame. But yeah, he's under control. So where's his next level up? 45? Yeah, I don't think we're building any more industry modules, because any door now could be the last. In fact, that was it. Alright, we found a bunch of dust in the room. Let's have these two meet up. Wow. Okay, those little hopping dudes hit really hard. So we'll light this. We'll have Gork stand in the elevator room and Esseb run to him. I'm a little worried about how much damage we're going to take. I can't depower that. This room doesn't really need to be powered, but I would like this one to stay powered, I think. I guess maybe we're better off keeping the elevator lit and having Gork stand like here. I'm just thinking having an unpowered room next to a room that's really late in the route is going to have us have to deal with way more monsters. We can run past the stuff that spawns from here pretty quickly. That's the hope, at least. Esib's not super fast. We might have to use some food healing. So Gork is preventing spawns in this room, and also murdering things on their way through. Keep the route pretty safe. And Esib's not really being hit that much. The monsters aren't quite fast enough to actually catch up to him. Gork needs to start moving, though. Okay. You could already see that was considerably harder than the first several floors of the original difficulty, which is to say that, you know, it still wasn't very hard. The too easy difficulty is very, very easy for the first bit. Whoever built this place had weird taste in house pets. Weird taste in do-it-yourself house pets. Alright. So I'm thinking maybe the first two major module slots we find are industry generators if we want to be able to build enough modules to still produce stuff and also have enough industry to start building again on the next floor. At the very least, the first two module slots we find are industry generators. Probably. Alright, so now the question. Do I want to search the other side of the elevator first? It does seem like... My observation, and this is based on a very small sample size, but my observation was that there's usually one path that goes out from the elevator that has some dust in the early rooms. Oh, this is a dead end, never mind. And there is not dust here, but there is a place to build a thing. Also some used chitin. Well, it doesn't seem to have protected whatever it originally belonged to, but I guess we'll take it. So, lowering Gork's speed really doesn't matter that much. But Esib's the one who's going forward and fighting a lot. Yeah, alright. Well, we have industry coming in at an alright right now. Let's just pick a direction and start moving. We really need to find more sources of dust. Emergency generator and shop shenanigans are going to be really important, I think. Boy, we're not going to need all this industry if I can't power any rooms beyond the first two. Jesus, look at the damage. Hold on. Attack power up. Please kill them. There's no way that we're going to survive future waves, though. Right, he's going to have to fight more monsters than that. Yeah, that was 2 rooms of monsters. We got spawns in here, and then there were just monsters in here when we opened the door. And we already are having to spend considerable amounts of food just to heal. I don't know... Ooh. That's a good skill. Dust loot probability for monsters times 2. Alright. That's pretty great. But, like, how are we gonna... We're gonna have to use minor modules. Our heroes can't fight well enough to survive. Alright. Prisoner prods are pretty cheap. Let's build a handful in here. What's our next major slot? 30s? You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and fill all of the slots in this room with prisoner prods. So the prisoner prods have an attack power of 9 with a cooldown of 5, which means that each prisoner prod does about 40% of Gork's damage. So yeah, what we're going to do is have Gork continue to stand here while Eseb goes out to explore. And then as soon as spawns for the turn happen, he's going to fall back into prisoner prod room. Because it looks to me like he's just not going to be able to survive fights on his own. Okay, that's extremely helpful. Another module slot we can work with here. Food. Without question. Oops, not you. You get here. Okay, even more dust, even more industry, all very helpful. I'm going to light stuff this way. I want Gork to be able to stay adjacent to the prod room because he can't run fast enough to get to it from anywhere else. Although, if we start lighting stuff this way, well, when we get enough dust to light another room, we'll consider pulling this one off and lighting these two so that we have access to the major module slot there. Okay, we got a new hero. Oh, hey, it's Rakia again. And no spawns. Well, I would like to have... Oh, man, and Rakia's an operator and stuff. Yeah, she'll be really good for the team. So we need to not spend food if we can avoid it. Also, she has to not die until we have enough to hire her. It was 39. Help her. You fall back. I need to make sure she survives. Okay, we're good. Everything's fine. I had to remember to use this on cooldown. Okay. 39. So as soon as we open the door, we want to fall back. Gork is out of position. Shoot, we're going to get spawns in this room, I bet. Well, we can power one of these rooms to prevent it from being able to spawn stuff. I'm falling back into this room to try to keep it from spawning. We're going to have to employ basically every trick at our disposal here. Alright, then we fall back to this room because obviously we should fight with backup where we can. I think he's going to be... Never mind. I was going to say I think he's going to be okay without heals because as enemies die, we should take less and less damage, right? But man, these guys are tough. Or rather, they're strong. Use the ability. There's still stuff alive. Yeah. I'm so worried about not dying that I'm not thinking about generating dust, which is a good way to die. Not thinking about generating dust. And we're using food faster than we're generating it. Let's see if we can do something about that. And also, since apparently this is going to be a fallback room for a little while, it really doesn't cost that much to prod a room up. This is bad, though. Okay, Gork is in his spawn blocking room. Okay, nothing. So we definitely have enough stuff. Ooh, Science Creator 3, that would be handy. Alright, let's see if we can make that happen. The next module we lay down should probably be science. The next door, or the next time we get enough dust to fund a room. Ooh, hey buddy. Next time we get enough dust to fund the room, we're going to gain another minor module slot, or another major module slot. So you fall back to that room. Can I hire her? Yep. Okay. Get a little bit of control here. Okay. Things are going alright. What manner of death are you? You are a dust death. Okay, well. She's also not a machine gun character, so we could sell this pistol. No, we can't. That's right. Death doesn't buy stuff. He only sells stuff. It's just like that Arthur Miller play. I guess she should have been in a new room. She doesn't have operator yet, so we don't need to have her standing on top of modules. Hit the dust button on cooldown. Okay. Nope, sorry, Gork, you stay there. She should stand here. We'll fall back to the dust room. And I should, I should build something here, probably. We have enough industry banked. And by something, I mean a science creator. And you know what? Maybe I'm being a little bit aggressive with these, but I'm really nervous. Oh, if you hold shift, you can build more than one of a thing in a room without having to reselect it over and over again. Somebody told me that. See, I am learning, just slowly. It would be really cool if we could get the science upgrade. It is 65. I think we have enough time. That's very helpful. Okay, no spawns. Cool. I don't think I want to change anything. We definitely don't have enough food for a good level up. I guess we could level you up. Yeah, alright, that's a considerable amount of health gained. No! Dungeon was too short. So... Gork stands in the elevator. Rakia has a speed of 27, so she stands... Actually, Gork probably stands here because he's the toughest. Rakia goes here, we grab this thing. Short floor. Power you, I guess. Slow down the rate of enemies coming in behind here. I guess the question is, do we want to buy something from death? How much are your mystery items? 10? I think we could afford to lose 10 dust. We don't really need that room to be powered. Alright, we'll buy 1. Yeah, Grim Fairy Tales, and for some reason that depowered everything that we had powered. I guess it took the dust out of this room or something? It was weird. What do we get here? Wit and the Master Hacker skill. Okay, defense plus 10 for minor modules. Does she get this by default? I think she does. So that was kind of a bust. Anyway, let's get out of here, shall we? We have some decent resources for moving up to the next floor. The science upgrade is going to stay available, I believe. I don't think that the research nodes change their research unless you actually get something from them. Or you press the reset button. So we'll just find the research node on the next floor and handle it that way. Prisoner prods are pretty good. I think I undervalue these in general. Oh hey, a little bit of dust. Hooray. Oh my god, get the crystal to the thing. We've got to get out of here. Whoever is humming that song, stop or I kill you. Damn, Rocket, we just added you to the team. You think you'd throw your weight around like that? Well, if somebody has to die for the good of the cause, we know who it's gonna be. Oh, that's a bummer. This room does not have a module slot. Alright, so do we want to explore around the elevator first? I had more than one person recommend that we look 1 or 2 rooms in each direction before going off on a deep dive. Yeah, alright. Let's give it a try. It's a little counterintuitive to me. But we will give it a shot. If people who are better than me think it's good, we should at least examine why. Okay, hey, that's a good steal. Unfortunately, it is blocking a major module slot in this room for 1,000,000 years. But hey, it makes us really fast. It makes Gork almost normally fast. It makes everybody else really fast. And we found a ton of dust and a powered room. This is great, actually. I think on this floor, let's not go industry first. We have enough industry for a couple of builds, and we're really lagging on food. We have got to get some upgrades. So she's going to get operator soon. I think we should save food for her level up next. Her next level might be operator. We could really use that. Okay, we need 2 more doors before we can take Science Creator 3. Pretty good. So which way do we want to explore from here? Let's explore out from this thing. Okay, yep, she has become an operator, and so she shall operate. Okay. I'm going to build an industry generator now just to make sure we can keep up with demand over the floor. And now that we know we're going to be standing here and keeping this defended, I'm going to explore in this direction. I remember to use my dust scale, man. If we encounter any enemies at all, just use it on cooldown. Need all the dust we can get. Gork, come stand here and prevent spawns. Let's get that science creator thing going. There's that food buff. So, the operating buff is a much larger percentage buff than it used to be due to the fact that we have very, very little passive generation. So operating becomes more important on higher difficulties. Do we want to build another food module? It would be cool to also be able to do research, and we're going to get a lot of science out of these now. I think I'm going to move her over to here. Yeah, I think we can do this. Our next module definitely has to be an industry module, but that felt very worthwhile. Large amounts of food are, like, extremely vital. Alright, 2 more doors until we can build something on that. And we will have exactly enough to build an industry generator on it. I'm going to miss our race car heroes, though. Okay, so somebody told me that these things, it says wealth or death, but the negative potential consequence of opening these is that it removes the module slots in the room. It's death for your ability to build towers, not death for your heroes. Which is good. That makes those a lot less stressful to interact with. Now let's run back here and see what is up for the next research. I probably don't want the land module. I think I do want the neurostun module. This one's really good, so next door. It seems important to me. And we'll interact with this thing, but not right away. Like I said, I want to make sure we build an industry module next. Okay, so it should not be possible for us to get monster spawns here. This is free. Let's build on it. And we get to power another room. This floor is going a lot better, I feel like. And we have another major module slot to build on. Yeah, things are going really well here. Let's make sure that we remember to start this research. And remember, we can't just run Rakia over, because it'll break her operate. So Kip Cannon seems super good. I've had a number of people tell me that the smoking gun is really great. So those are the 2 we're going to go after next. If we see them, those are must-research offensive modules. Ooh, another hero. We should probably go to a full crew, right? I can't see how it would be wrong to do that. Can't power room, not enough dust. Really? Oh, because this room's unpowered. Okay, fair enough. Well, what's your deal? Hikensha knows little other than this lab where she grew up. Coming from an avian warrior race whose DNA was altered to maximize their value in arena battles, she imprinted psychologically on images and artifacts of her lost people. Those may only be loot to other adventurers. To Hikensha, they are her birthright. So she's one of the things that was being built in the lab. The Endless created a lot of races in the labs on this planet, so she's probably supposed to be one of the minor faction races from an avian warrior race. Oh, I can't remember the name of them, but there's an avian race, an avian minor race in Endless Legend. They have like a circular attack. She must be one of those. And she has Nyctophilia. Speed +5 in unpowered rooms for all the heroes in her room, and monsters in her room are more likely to drop dust. So maybe we want her to be our explorer. Your thing works on the entire floor, right? Yeah. So yeah, let's spend a little bit of food on Hikensha and see if we can't make her into our room explorer, because anything that has a chance of generating more dust is good for us. Attack power +18. Attack power for the thing she's fighting -15 if the room is unpowered. Her warface is terrifying when it's visible. That's weird. The when it's visible thing would make me think that the attack power of her targets should go down in powered rooms, but I guess it's just that she can only expose it? I don't know. But anyway, she's a good fighter. She will be a good fighter. Yeah, we could probably afford to spend food again. We'll have 19 food available for healing after the next level up. After the next door opens, I mean. Let's have Gork stand here, and we'll have the two of them continue to explore together for now. Okay, we found the elevator. Turns out might be something of a mixed blessing. So Eseb, stay behind. What's combat stats? Okay, she does have better DPS. She's not quite as fast. I think I'm going to pull this chitin and give it to her. So there's a chance we'll find a bunch of dust in here. I'm debating whether I want to use 30 dust to open this after the next door, or whether I want to wait. We should probably wait. We should probably make sure we get our resource generation modules up as early as possible on every floor. It does seem like this floor is maybe quite a bit bigger than the others. The last two we just did. Oh, the emergency generator. I think we absolutely should get the emergency generator. I know the smoking gun is important, but we're going to grab this. So, next door. We're getting to the point where we can no longer control all of the potential spawn locations. So immediately fall back to block. Alright, we want to have him lead. Oh no, that works. Oh, that's right. These are the ones who just go straight for the crystal. There's a couple different monsters that have that, basically that sprite. Alright, so you go to here. We got some okay dust off of that. Definitely going to want to build something here. Does it need to be an industry generator? I'm going to go food replicator. And we're going to start this research, and I think things are going all right. We're certainly generating a lot of stuff. We're getting good important researches done. This maybe should have been an industry generator. I'm just thinking, like, we really got to level our heroes up. Okay, she gets another skill on the next level up as well. Oh no, this is a dead end. Okay. So... yeah, I guess we're going through here. I'm a little worried about how split up we're getting. It's going to be harder for us to run back to other heroes for support. Please let there be dust in here. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I really didn't want to have this room unpowered. And what is your deal, sir? You are a science merchant. Tower of Hats, 8 defense, and the Bloody Showman trait, which I do not know what it is. A machine gun, this would be awfully nice to buy. An HR manual, which gives 6 defense and team spirit, which is a skill we saw last time, is a buff for heroes in your room. And dehydrated water. I still don't know what extenders does. Well, I gotta say, this is a very high priority. Even more damage for Gork will mean that we can use him as a defensive position. Or honestly, that could be Rakia's gun, because she is also going to be used as a defensive position pretty frequently. Oh, you're an operator. That's interesting. It's weird to have both a skill that wants you to be in an unpowered room and a skill that wants you to be operating a major module, which of course has to be powered. And Hikensha's skill set has... because monsters have more chance to drop loot, or dust, only in her room. That's really strange. That's a strange combination of traits. What's her wit at? 6? It's not bad. Huh. So we're giving up resources if we don't have her operating. So we probably should do that, but it feels odd. So you're trading off the higher probability of dust loot against the guaranteed other stuff. So she's increasing the output of that by 3. Let's have Tarash run to this room. I'm going to have Gork try to get over here to Hikensha. I'm not sure he's going to do it in time. But we're probably going to have to spend some food on healing here. Actually, I'm going to have you run straight through. You can catch that guy. Boy, we are taking damage. Oh, this does increase his movement speed. I was trying to wait until he actually got in the room to make maximum benefit out of the attack power boost, but he actually needs to get over here. I'm going to pause a lot on this difficulty. I hope that's not terribly annoying. Alright, so Tarash needs to get in here and help. Yeah, we just can't... we cannot fight without miners. Monsters are too powerful. I don't think Neurostun is the answer to the problems we're having here. I'm going to start building these now, even though at this rate it is unlikely that they will be finished before the fighting is over. She is still being fought. Stay here. Help her. Oh, we don't have enough. That's weird. I could heal her again, but I can't heal these two? I didn't realize that heal costs were different. Yeah, but they totally are. And it's not even just level-based, because Gork can't be healed. Is it based on their max HP? Yeah, okay, the two have the higher healing costs, both have over 600. Okay. That's interesting. I'm learning. We're learning things. I guess get in here and try to help. Gork is gonna have to figure this out on his own. This is harder. Okay, I think we're good over here. The prisoner prod's finished. I was hoping not to have to do that, but I'm pretty sure that was necessary. So we can spend science. We didn't do this at all during the first game, but you can spend science to reset cooldowns. And actually, maybe we should be aggressively resetting Aseb's cooldowns to take better advantage of Dust Drainer. Yeah, actually, that sounds like a real thing. Although we're also trying to save science to buy something right now. Oh, I'm so worried about their health in here. Okay, this thing's just running for the crystal. I think... yeah, he's gonna win his fight, thanks to the miners. Oh, that got really close to disaster. game is considerably more difficult. So we're going to have to really rely on minor modules. A lot. Good to know. I'm going to build a neurostun module here. And a bunch of prisoner pods. Things will move slowly through this room, and they will be shot at while they are doing so. So where do I want people to stand to minimize spawning? If you're exploring this way, maybe I want to be generating this extra food, but maybe it would be better to just have Hikensha. It's only 3 extra food per room. Yeah, it might be better to just have Hikensha block spawns. Or, if we're going to do this, then we have Eseb block spawns and Hikensha do the exploring, right? This is rough. It'd be a lot easier if we had more weaponry. We need to find some items quickly. Okay, that's interesting. A new hero. You did not get any spawns. So, part of the reason this is interesting to me is that this is the only hero I still don't have unlocked. So I'm wondering if it might be worth it to try to boot somebody for her so that we can run with her for a few floors and unlock her. The shop is also probably pretty important. I still really want Smoking Gun, but things that can give dust. Because monsters are so much more terrifying on this difficulty, minimizing spawns seems very, very, very important. What was your higher cost? I don't know for sure that we have any extra food ever again. 42, that is a lot. Well, we're definitely going to have to explore in a different direction. Yeah, this is bad. This is bad. We are in great danger. Okay, dead end full of dust? No, just normal type of dead end. Okay, so we have monsters running straight for the crystal. How am I going to handle this? We can have Hikensha fall back to this room. Wait, let's have Eseb and Gork start running. Hikensha falls back into this room immediately. I'm going to activate this. And you know what? This too, for the run speed. Let's see if we can leave you in that room. Oh my god, I'm not actually going to get any kills during the time of this thing. I really don't want to have to move her if we can avoid it. But I think Hikensha's not... here, we can pop this. Hikensha's not actually going to get these kills. And we really can't be losing dust. Like, we're going to, but we can't lose any more than we absolutely have to. Oh wow, they're hitting it for 1.6 each. Oh my god. And we have to do a food heal here. Like, Hikensha will certainly die. You still... Oh, he slowed down dramatically, like, to the point where I thought he had stopped a fight, but it's because this ran out. Finish the thing. Okay, so we must be much, much, much more aggressive with our minor placement. God, we lost a lot of dust there. We lost 11, I think. So I think I'm going to have you stand here so that I can depower this room so that I can repower this room so that these modules work. Then we're going to spend 30 industry on this. And if it obliterates our minor module slots, then I'm sad. Okay, it gave us 20 dust. Which is great. It really, really reduced the number of rooms that can spawn enemies. we may not be able to do this whole floor. Like, it might be the case that we have to leave early. Leaving early is a tremendous failure. Like, you generate fewer resources, and that means that you will have a harder time in the future. We have to open at least one more door. The question is, should I open this door and try to see if there's any other stuff over here worth getting, or should I just open this door where we have some control and then leave immediately afterward? I think I'm gonna try to do the thing that gives us the best long-term prospects. Okay. Please no monsters. Cool. Light this so that it can't spawn anything, because it would be very inconvenient. I don't think we're going to be able to research anything. Okay. But smoking gun is available. We can research it on the next floor. So now we open the final door, which will cause our current research to complete. So, last possible group of spawns for this floor. It's tough, man. This is harder. Shop is unlocked. No spawns. Okay, cool. Now, what is the best organization of our power for making it through this floor? It's probably this, right? Gork gets to stand in the elevator because he's too slow to stand anywhere else. Who is second fastest? You have 32 speed. Okay. So Kensha stands here. Can't depower this room. We can depower this room, though. And have Rakia stand there. And we're not recruiting Elise because we can't. And then we power this room just to make it a little bit easier on ourselves. Running the crystal initially. Yeah, okay. That's not so bad. This floor got a little hairy. We almost died, and we almost lost the crystal. Well, we didn't almost lose the crystal, but we almost lost containment. Alright, as soon as Esseb's clear of this room, Kensha's running. Hold him off, Elise. Oh, she's really not even doing that well against that thing. Alright, everybody in the pool. Yeah, we gotta use minor modules way, way more. But hey, look at that, we made it to floor 4. We'll do this one. This will be the last one of the video. Our tradition is the new guy on the team takes all the blame for failures. Sorry, Kensha, you showed up late. This is what you get for being higher up in the dungeon. Alright. Good luck, me. This is bad luck. Well, alright, we got some dust. No major module slot, which is a bummer, but dust. Okay, the whole lot of us fighting together makes things relatively easy. We're definitely going industry generator first. We'll leave Rakia here. The rest of us can get to exploring this other direction. Okay, I really like the fact that one side of the elevator is just a little... the tiny little, like, cul-de-sac. Okay, gotta remember to press this button when there are enemies. And what have we here? Another gun we can't use. Oh, and also I should build stuff because I'm a smart guy. Well, let's build a science creator. Get this food replicator gun. Nope, we're gonna research smoking gun. That's right, that's what I wanted to do. I had to remember to build on all the major module slots before opening doors. Okay, well, things are going pretty well so far. Do I want to go for another industry generator? Yeah, sure, actually. Really got to make sure that we can put down miners. As soon as we start having unpowered rooms, we got to be thinking about our miner placement. Oh, lucky so far in terms of dust. An augmented blade. Hey, a weapon that we can actually use. Since you're back to being the scouter. That's a pretty good upgrade. That's a really good weapon. Hurts them, helps you. What's not to love? What are the basic rules of a weapon being good? So apparently the toxic cloud is not just a lower of movement speed, it also lowers your attack speed. I don't know if it lowers the attack speed of modules in the room. I think we're going to depower this, power that so that we can build in it. Gork can stand here to make spawns clear. And then if we keep exploring this way, we'll have Gork able to run in here, and this can be our defensive area. So, food probably. And then we consider moving Rakya. We still have a lot of stuff to research. We still have a lot of need for food. I think I'm going to move her to the food module. I think that's the thing I care about most. Alright, speaking of food. Okay, he generates food every time he kills a monster. It's probably edible if you hold your nose. Don't look at it or think too hard about what it is. So yeah, we definitely want him in defensive positions. It's like him and Hikensha together are probably going to be where we want to put our bottleneck. Happy pills. Wit and attack power. Well, seems like a pretty obvious place for those. Actually, give me this back. We only have one suit of armor. We have to share. Alright, so we are probably still not going to get anything spawning beyond what we find in the next room. Oh, hey, look, it's Ken. So this is probably the point. This is the point where it becomes possible for new monsters to be spawning in the darkness. So we should probably put down some modules now. Let's rock a smoking gun, just so that we can see it. I'm not honestly too worried about building neurostun modules in rooms that have heroes in them. So I think we're just gonna prisoner prod. The smoking gun is really a lot more expensive. So we'll go half and half, try to save a little bit. Oh, you know, a prisoner prod upgrade. If we're going to be using them anyway. I'm assuming this only works on monsters that are killed in that room. We're so reliant on our minor modules for actually fighting here. It's hard for me to imagine using something like this in a room where we're actually going to be fighting. I mean, it doesn't actually say that it only works on monsters killed in its room. I assume that's how that works, but if that's not true, somebody tell me, please. And bioorganic transference. You know, interesting, but I think I can upgrade to our prisoner prods will probably serve us pretty well in the long run. Alright, let us push on. Fall back immediately. Even if the camera does an auto-zoom thing and tries to screw you up. To keep monsters from spawning behind us. And a food merchant. Type of gun we can't use. A good t-shirt. A good solid titanium shirt. A tutu, which is fine. Probably... I was going to say probably a little better than the t-shirt, and it looks like the food prices agree. Oh, we can sell our unusable guns. That's good. Generate a little bit more food. Prison soap gives you 2 defense and 90 HP. With the look and texture of volcanic stone, this doubles for personal hygiene and self-defense. That's not bad. He's not going to get a skill on level up. Okay, Kensha will. But he's in combat a lot more. I'm going to focus on leveling him up for now. We have enough XP to light this room, or XP dust to light this room. And we do have the resources to build a major module in it, so I guess let's do that, even though it's potentially not going to be protectable. Yeah, we don't have anywhere else to build. I could build us a shop here and move Hikensha to this room. There are fewer major module or fewer minor slots to protect us, though. But generating dust every turn is pretty cool. It seems like the monsters we're encountering are mostly focused on heroes and the crystal. So we could probably afford to put down a miner. And honestly, we really need more food. So move back immediately. Wow, the smoking guns really do that job, don't they? Alright, what do we find here? A treasure chest. Could be cool. Could be something cool. Find something cool. It was a gun we can't use. I mean, that's sort of cool. It's like I found 6 food. I don't know if drops are worse. It might be the case that you get worse loot on the higher difficulty. I can see that being a thing. Try to keep stuff from spawning here. Looks like we got nothing. An anti-grav trinket. Lower defense, much higher speed, and higher damage because your attack is faster. Honestly, I don't like this very much. I certainly don't like it on him. The amount of food that we're being offered for this makes me wonder if I'm underestimating its value. But also, that's a lot of food, and we can put that food to good use. Attack power plus 10 if an artifact is active in the floor. Speed plus 7 if an artifact is active in the floor. Well, that's really interesting. Hey, let's get this artifact running again. We just finished our prisoner prod research. It's a pretty small upgrade. They only gained 1 attack power. Ooh, that's maybe worth doing. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. It's a pretty small upgrade, but we're going to be using prisoner prods anyway because they're cheap, and apparently we're going to need a lot of miners. To that end, actually, I'm going to put down some more guns here. And we're gonna start to have a lot of stuff spawning in all of this darkness, and I want to make sure things are dying as they approach us. Okay, we're hitting spawns. Looks like stuff's gonna start dying. I'm gonna hit this. I was gonna try to wait until the monsters were actually in the room where we're fighting them, but let's just have this on. Alright, we gotta unseal the miners. Okay. Yeah, those blobs that attack the miner modules are very annoying. Now that we're so much more reliant, I see how those guys... Yeah, now that we're so much more reliant on our miner modules, I see how those guys are dangerous. Because I remember talking about how I didn't think they were very concerning before. I get it now. I'm with you. Alright, something actually useful. Maybe a gun. A thing. Well, it's all upside, right? Here, yeah, I guess you. Hold this thing. Great. Great. Who would put that in a treasure chest? What is wrong with people? Oh, no, wait, I gotta do one more door opening. We're gonna get that industry upgrade, I believe. So, one more door. Okay, it's the elevator. I unlit this room. Or I unguarded this room. We should probably actually light this room, right? Because Gork can just stand here. We can keep this room dark forever. And we can build another gun or two in here. Looks like we have 3 slots in here, so I think we'll go... And it's a large enough room. Stuff has to walk a bit. Let's go... Honestly, the smoking guns do seem to be dealing a lot of damage. We're talking about 5 damage every 10th of a second versus 10 damage every half second. So while they're active, yeah, the DPS is really, really good. We should definitely upgrade those smoking guns at every opportunity whenever we are able to do so. So do I want to spend on this? The only reason I wouldn't do this is that we already have it at level 2, and since it is apparently possible to get an upgrade of 2 levels, maybe this isn't a good value because we could just wait for a level 2 to 4 upgrade to show up. So if we were going to take something else, Claymore's not bad. I don't think this is great. You know what? Let's run the Claymore upgrade. We're going to try to be greedy with our upgrades. See if we can get a little bit lucky. And now Esib is a slightly better fighter since we're doing research. He loves that. Okay, so somebody told me this was the case, but we can actually see it happening here. They burn a considerable amount of heat when the thing that they're fighting dies. Like, it takes them a second to reacquire a new target, and during that time, their heat is cooling. So actually, they're really effective if they're really effective against monsters that don't have enough health to survive the full overheat volley. I said, oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna have him run over there and help Ken, but Ken doesn't need any help. We came up 1 dust short on that, man. All right. Now we got to explore this way. Which means that we should probably... Let me see, how do I want to do this? We're going to want to have some defenses ready over here, especially since we're so close to the elevator. I don't want to spend a ton on extra... I think what we're going to do is this. Pull Gork over to here. And we'll just run back to help Hikensha. But I want to be ready for stuff. For potentially finding too many monsters to deal with here. Okay, a lit room that also has dust in it. That's pretty great. And we have our dust skill available again. We have enough science for a level up, or food rather. Who should we take this level up on? I guess let's take it on you. I'm curious what your skill is. Oh, really? That was a good level up. Wow, just 2 science. Hikensha's just a science node. That's pretty cool. That makes me a little less nervous. Do we want to leave Gork over here then? We have a little bit more room to play with. We could just build some miner modules. And in fact, miner modules in this room are going to be useful for when we're doing the elevator part 2. We'll build a slower... And... Man, these are expensive. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it upright. And then I think we can probably send Gork... Like, I could depower this room, power that room, and send Gork back here. I think we'll be okay on this. Alright, enough power to keep that whole branch safe. Yeah, okay, let's activate this now. Try to kill stuff as quickly as possible while it's still running. Okay, a little dangerous. Slightly dangerous. Run out of here, let them acquire targets. Try to get stuff targeting people who are not Esed for a second here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I did not... I meant to click in this room, And apparently I clicked on the module thing there, and it jumped over top of the UI and got me all distracted, and Gork died, apparently, very quickly while that was happening. So that's good. That's probably the... That's real bad. We can get Ken in his place, I guess? This is extremely bad, though. You pop this. You get back in this room and help. This guy will die to the towers on the way to the crystal. Man, the enemies are way, way, way more dangerous. Like instantly lose if you stop paying for attention for even a second dangerous. Instantly lose a character, anyway. Alright, well, we need to recruit Ken. We only have one more door on this floor. That's a really bad thing, though, that just happened. So we'll get the food to recruit Ken when we open the final door, which means we can't spend. We have the science to maybe start a research here that'll complete immediately. That'd be cool. I just don't love the tactical HUD. I guess I really want to use my my major module spaces for generating resources, but combat's hard enough that maybe these kinds of buffs are necessary now. Pepper spray seems good, but also upgrading prisoner prods again. I mean, like, maybe we're just gonna use pepper spray all the time, but we're going to have to put stuff in a lot more rooms. Or not pepper spray, the smoking guns. Maybe it's more sensible to use smoking guns in rooms where we're actually going to be fighting, and prisoner prods just soften enemies up along the way. I'm really not sure which one of these is better to pick up. Let's just go ahead and upgrade the prisoner prods. Okay, so how do we want to use our power here? Because we're going to have stuff being able to run a pretty short route to the crystal now. Unfortunately, we can't just run the power through the door, but I can as soon as the doors open. Nothing's going to go into this room. This room needs to stay powered for the module. So yeah, I'm going to open this door and I'm going to immediately power these two. This is the plan. As soon as the door disappears from the map. Okay, so now we can't get spawns in either of those. It looks like we didn't get spawns anyway. Okay. Now, we go and we hire Ken to replace me being a bad. And then we go, like... Ken's fast, right? 37? Yeah, alright. You get to run the crystal. I mean, we should give him the bracelets, too, probably. Or... we should probably give Eseb the bracelets. Ken can take the thing. It'll make him run slightly faster, as he attempts to escape the radiation and stink of it. So yeah, we go like Rakia, Kensha, Eseb. And that takes care of that. This doesn't need to be powered anymore. This probably doesn't need to be powered. I guess keeping those powered makes the most sense, though. Alright, this should be a pretty easy run, at least. Yeah, we have enough defensive modules down that a lot of stuff is going to get just obliterated on the way out. Okay, losing Gork sucks. I think Gork is really powerful. That's bad. Bad news. We lost one. Hey, don't say that out loud to the new guy. We want him to think we're competent. There you go. There's your bright side. Well, hey, floor 4. That's better than I was afraid we might do. Anyway, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Of course, continue to leave that helpful, constructive feedback in the comments, and also compliments because I'm fragile and I need reinforcement. Come back next time to see how we die, and we'll see you then.